Should I say yes to the only proposal I've ever wanted, knowing the whole thing started as a lie? My childhood friend Elliot called me at 2 in the morning after 5 years of acting like I didn't exist and asked in a shaking voice, "Can you pretend to be my fiancé, just for a little while?" I thought he was joking, but his tone was raw. The boy who once told me to grow up and leave him alone suddenly wanted to be engaged to me. Before I could refuse, I heard him sniffling. "My grandfather's fading. It's the one thing he keeps asking for. Please don't say no." My chest tightened. The man who'd raised him after his parents died in a fire was slipping away now too. I looked at the blank cursor on the documentary film project I was failing to finish for my degree, and I answered, "Okay, but you let me film all of it for my project." He agreed instantly. 3 days later, Elliot knocked on my door, and seeing him after 5 years made it clear how much had changed. He wasn't the skinny kid who cried when I outran him. He was tall, absurdly good-looking, which made sense since his face was on ad campaigns now. His smile vanished the second he saw me. "You're meeting my grandfather in that hoodie?" I looked down at my outfit, then at his. "Not everyone shops where you shop." He sighed, pushed past me into my apartment, and 10 minutes later produced a full coordinated outfit from a bag. "There! Now you look like someone's actual fiancé." Fiancé. The word made my ears burn. At the care facility, his grandfather grabbed my hands the moment we walked in. "I knew it," he whispered. "I always knew you two would find your way back. Tell me everything. Show me pictures." Elliot and I froze. He coughed. "They're on my other phone, Grandpa. I'll send them." In the parking lot afterward, we sat in silence. "Let's go on a date," he finally said. "We need material." He drove to a couple's cafe and sat across from me, arms crossed. "Aren't you going to take photos of me for your phone? That's what girlfriends do." I laughed. "Still waiting on the real thing, actually. Still chasing fairy tales?" He shot back. "Still scared of thunderstorms? Still scared of the dark?" I snapped. We glared, then broke into laughter. And for the first time, I saw his real smile, not the billboard one. Without thinking, I lifted my camera and caught it. We spent the afternoon practicing couple photos, which is miserable next to someone who looks flawless, even mid-blink, while I looked like a startled raccoon. During a break, I turned the camera on him for my project. "Why modeling?" He shrugged. "Photos outlast people." "What's driving you? Losing your parents?" His face shut. Next question. That night, we sent his grandfather the photos, and he beamed through the screen. "My great-grandchildren will be beautiful, if only I get to meet them." And as if the universe was listening cruelly, his monitors alarmed hours later. I found Elliot crumpled against the ICU wall, sobbing. "I can't lose him too. He's all I have." I knelt and held him, rubbing his back. "He's strong. Breathe. Be steady for him." His fist gripped my shirt. Hours later, his grandfather stabilized. "Heaven's not ready for me yet," he rasped. While Elliot went for food, the old man held my hand. "That boy's terrified of hospitals, and here he is living in one for me. I'm glad you're with him." Then softer, "Don't tell him I said this, but as a boy he swore he'd marry you. Cried over you constantly, then told us you were the one." When Elliot came back, his grandfather asked for his coat pocket and pulled out a small worn box. Inside sat a delicate old ring. "This survived the crossing, 2 wars, and your grandmother's driving," he said, eyes wet. "It was your mother's, Elliot. She wanted you to marry someone who never cared about your face. Someone to wipe your tears when we're gone." He pressed it into Elliot's palm. "I'm dying, son. Let me be pushy once." Elliot looked at the ring, then his grandfather, then me. He got down on one knee right there by the heart monitor, took my hand, and asked, "Will you marry me?" And I froze, because none of it was real. No confession, no reason, just a dying man's wish. So I said quietly, "Not like this." His face fell. I kept going. "Not as a favor, not for a project. If you're going to ask me because you want to, because you meant it when you were 9, and you mean it now." The room went silent. Then Elliot laughed, that real, cracked, unguarded laugh, and pressed his forehead to my hand. "I've been trying to say it since I called you at 2 in the morning," he whispered. "I picked you because I never stopped." His grandfather clapped once, weakly, and grinned. "Finally. Now say yes, dear, before he ruins it." I did.